Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk with you about bone broth. I would like to share with you the miracle of bone broth and how it has helped me and it has helped many people to go back to wellness. Bone broth, going back to 1,000 years in Asia, bone broth is something that every family over there, China, Vietnam and other Asian countries, we all know about that, and we take it very seriously. I remember I grew up and my family, every lunch and dinner, we always have a bowl of soup, and that soup is made with bone. It could be made with chicken bone or beef bone or pork bone, you know. My favorite bone broth is oxtail bone. Okay, so let's talk about the oxtail bone or the cow bone first. I highly recommend that you get the grass-fed bones, and if you can get the bone that have the marrows inside, that is excellent. Otherwise, oxtail bone is just so amazing. The kind of broth that after you cook and you let it cool off, it will become just like a little bit like gelatin. And that is the nutrition value. Okay, so why do we need bone broth? In our body system, in our body, and according to traditional Chinese medicine, we use food as medicine. We eat to heal. So everything we eat, we consider. And in the body system, the bone marrow is so important. The main organ that nourish the bone is the kidneys. And when we are sick, no matter what kind of disease or illness, or when we overwork, we work too much, it weakens our kidney energy, or we call kidney chi. No matter if you practice Tai Chi or Qigong or any kind of martial art or yoga, if you overdo and if you stress out, right away the kidney chi going down. As a woman, after 35 years old, our kidneys start to get weakened. And for men, after 40 years old, the kidneys also get weakened. So when we get weakened, because of overwork or whatever, the body have to pull out the nutrition, the nutrient, the mineral in the body to support certain organ or certain part of the body that is weakened. And the main energy, the power center house in the body is the kidneys. So if the body pull out that main resource to replenish the rest of the organs of the body, right away we get very tired. Many people, they don't understand why they are so tired, very tired. And whatever they eat, however they try, they don't feel their energy put up. And I have many friends that practice Qigong, but they still tired. Qigong or Tai Chi have to go along with nutrition. We cannot just practice martial art without eating healthy. They have to go hand in hand. So today, what I show you, what I will share you, will boost up your kidney chi amazingly. Basically, if you just eat 2 bowls of this soup, this broth, you feel the difference right away. And if you can eat it like for 3 or 4 days, 1 bowl every meal, soon your whole body become brilliant. Your hair will be shiny, flushing, your skin will be soft and smooth, and all of the wrinkle on your face will fade out, And if you have arthritis will be disappearing. Bone broth is amazingly good for people that go through surgery. So just say if somebody just have a chemotherapy for cancer and they don't know why suddenly they are so weak, feed them bone broth. And as I mentioned before, make sure the bone are organic, grass-fed. And you can Google and search for a good resort in your area to get this. So let me start by, I have 2 parts. Normally I cook bone broth in a slow cooker, but today I will make a large amount, so I can save and eat several days. So it will be in a big pot like this. So the first thing I need to wash all of these bones, and then I have a pot with boiling water, and in this boiling water I will add some natural sea salt or Himalaya salt. Okay, so there's some salt there. The water is boiling. Now I need to put the bone in and just let it bring to boil. The reason we have to boil the bone first is because we want to make sure after a few minutes the impurity from the bone will come out. And for over in my country, there is an art of cooking. When they see a woman cooking, they eat the bowl of soup. They know how good she is, And the secret is the broth have to be clear and no thick, because if you don't wash it first, you don't boil it first like this, later on the water will be very cloudy. So I'm just adding more bone in. And waiting for it to boil again. Okay, so as I'm waiting for the bone to boil, I would like to talk to you about the ingredient, the vegetable that I will be using today. Because I believe eating for health, eating for wellness, eating to heal. So everything, all of the vegetable that I use, they have a healing property. Just like this thing right here. Guess what this is? This is seaweed. When we get the seaweed from the store, it comes in a packet, and if you open up, you will see the green leaf dry, and you need to soak it in the water. So for me, this piece, I break into half. I just break it into half and soak it in the water, right? And then eventually they will get softened and they will open up like this. Seaweed here, right there. Okay. So in this plate right here, I already have the seaweed that I am already cut and prepared for you. So you can buy the whole leaf seaweed, or you can buy, and then you can soak it and then cut it yourself, or you can buy the one that come in the packet and it already been cut. So either way will be fine. Now, why do we use seaweed? Seaweed is the nutrition superfood. It has so much mineral, vitamin, all kind of good nutrition value that will help to heal the lung, the intestine, the kidneys, the heart, the liver. It helps everything. It helps the eyes, it helps the joint. So seaweed have everything. So there are companies out there. There are 2 companies out there that if you Google, search for organic seaweed, you will find them. And one of them, the name is Man-Cost Sea Vegetable. And then the second biggest company is Rising Tide Sea Vegetable. Man-Cost Sea Vegetable is from out of Maine, and the Rising Tide Sea Vegetable is out of the state of California. And these 2 companies, they are very good on make sure the seaweed that they harvest are grow in a good, clean water, and the sea water is not affecting by whatever in the water that might not be very clear. I also would like to read to you some of the benefits of the seawater so you can see. It is the most nutritional and superfood in the plant kingdom. They are an abundant source of mineral, beneficial, known for their large amount of bioavailable mineral like iodine, iron, and calcium. Minerals are essential nutrition for brain function, metabolism, sort of electrolyte, as well as blood purifying, chlorophyll, polysaccharides that act as the natural detoxifier of heavy metal. It helps to improve the digestive system, decrease the LDL cholesterol, increasing the bone density, and it also helps to lower the blood pressure. It has been shown helpful to reduce body weight, help to protect against radiation as well as certain kind of cancer. It helps to balance the pH level in our body. So as you can see, those are a few good things about seaweed. So as this water starts to boil, you can see that some of the impurity start to come up. So I just need to do this to get it out. Like that. Yes. And now I just want to make sure that they are in here long enough. Yes. So as we are continue to wait for the water to go back to boil, I would like to talk about the next vegetable, and that's either shiitake mushroom. This is the shiitake mushroom, and this mushroom is also a miracle. This is a medicinal mushroom, and this mushroom, it helps when we eat it. It helps to fight against the cancer cell. It helps to boost up the immune system. It helps all organs, and many more beneficial. So I guess nowadays you can get the fresh shiitake mushroom everywhere, So here are the one that I already cut up, that's ready to go in the pot. Okay, so I just want to show you how the dry shiitake mushroom look. So I always have shiitake mushroom at home, and when I can find a good source to get good dry shiitake mushroom, I would buy them and save. Just in case, one day I look for the fresh one and they are not at the quality that I like, I would use the dry. So if you use the dry, you need to soak them in the water first, before you cut it up and cook. Yeah. So you can see how the water now, all of that impurity start to get to the surface, and I just want to skim it off from the water. And some people, they do not cook the bone first. They just put it in the pot and cook it with the vegetable right away. You can do that, but this is better. This is cleaner. Yeah. So what I start to do now is I will take the bone from this pot and I will put it over here. So we have another pot that also have the water. Okay, so I continue to bring the bone from this little small pot to the big pot. And as I'm doing this, many of you might wondering, what happens if you are a vegetarian or you are a vegan, but you want to eat bone broth? So what should you do? Yes, you could eat a vegan bone broth or vegetarian bone broth, And the way I would like to suggest is you will use a lot of shiitake mushroom and seaweed. Just these two, they will make the broth very, very good flavor, And you can use certain kind of vegetable that will also bring out even more flavor. And one of that is the daikon. And probably some of you don't know what daikon is, so let me take it out and show it to you. So this is a daikon. So if you are a vegetarian or a vegan and you want to have that version of bone broth without the bone, you can use the daikon and you just cut it up and put it in here. It will give you the best flavor. When I go to visit the monastery and we have Vietnamese pho or something like that, we use this. And we put like the cabbage, we just cut in half and we just put in there and we make the best broth. Another vegetable that you can use for the vegan bone broth is jicama. Jicama make the best flavor. Okay. Okay, I'm almost done with this. Now, what kind of herbs do you use for a bone broth? I myself, I just use ginger, but you also can cut fresh lemongrass, and put it in the soup, and it will give you the best flavor. Okay, so let me take this out. Now, I put this over here, and let's start to put the vegetable in. Okay, so the first thing that come in is the mushroom. The mushroom you can put it in anytime, and the more you cook it, the more it bring out the flavor. And carrots too. a yellow onion. And you might wondering what this is. This is leek. Leek make the best broth. And leek have very good fiber, so it's good for the digestive system and many things. It helps to lower the cholesterol and all of that. So I just put all of this in. The next thing is the seaweed. And you will bring this to a boil. So most of the time I cook in a slow cooker, but this time I make a big batch, so I have to do it in a regular pot. So the longer you cook the broth, the healthier it is. So it's not the kind of broth that you just cook for half an hour or 45 minutes. If you can cook it 4 to 5 hours, that's even better. Because you cook to the point that all of that collagen, the joint of the oxtail, all of that, everything open up, and that is the nutrition value coming out. So I highly recommend if you can cook to like at least, for me, 5 or 6 hours, But most of the time, if I cook in a slow cooker, I cook for 12 hours. Yeah. So as we are doing this, I have a little story that I'd like to tell you. My older sister, when she was 2 years old, she had polio. And at that time, we were still in Vietnam. And she just lay there. She could not stand. She could not walk. Just like she was paralyzed in bed. And I remember my mom told us that she went to a Chinese doctor, and the Chinese doctor told her, have people to find a tiger and shoot the tiger down and bring the tiger to him, and he will make some kind of medicinal out of the tiger bone skeleton for my sister to drink, like a tea or like a broth, and she should be able to get up and walk, But the tiger have to be shot down, not the tiger that just died and they found it. So we used to live in Dalat, and Dalat have a lot of mountain and forests, So my mom have asked people to go look for that tiger, and nobody could find a tiger like that. But finally, they found a tiger that just lay there, just died recently. Like he's still very fresh. So they took the tiger to this Chinese doctor, and he used that tiger, and he cooked the bone 30 days straight, So what that means is, just say now, I try to bring the broth, the soup, to a boil. After I got it to a boil, I need to simmer. In Vietnam, the way we cook soup, we don't cook it like the way American cook. Cooking is an art, and especially making soup. Just say if you go to a pho restaurant and you order a bowl of pho, you can see how the fragrance come out and how clear the broth and how flavorful it is. All of that is a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. They have to simmer that broth for a long time, for many hours, maybe overnight, you know. So this pot of broth, by tomorrow morning, you know, like right now it's 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. But by tomorrow morning, it's the best. But if I can cook it a little bit longer, you know, and especially the leftover, it's just amazing, you know, it's so tasty, yeah. So I still have here zucchini and pumpkin, you know, but you know how the zucchini, they cook very fast, and the pumpkin, you know, they cook very fast and they will break down. So these two, I will wait, you know, and in the morning when I get up, I will put this in later, okay? So right now, it looks good, and I just put a little bit of Himalaya salt in. And some of you might wonder why I'm Vietnamese and I don't cook with fish sauce. And I have to say that I believe on healthy cooking. And I like to believe cooking in the best ingredient, organic, you know. So, and also, so occasionally I use a little bit of fish sauce, you know, but most of the time I don't, you know, but the food is still tasty and very fantastic, okay? So, for now, this is how it is, you know, it starts to boil, and then I will slow down the heat, and I will just let it simmer on the stove until the morning. It's a very low heat, maybe like right now is number 9. I could come down to the number 8, and then when I feel like it's ready, I will bring it down to maybe number 4, and then slowly go to the 3, and if when I go to sleep, I will turn it down to the number 2. So that way I don't have to concern that something will happen to it overnight, you know. And some, you know, when I cook on the stove like this, maybe in the middle of the night, I might get up and just run down to see how the broth, you know. So I will turn it down a little bit, and then in the morning I will show you the result of it. Okay, it looks good, right? So I will temporarily stop right here, and then in the morning I will show you the result of the soup, okay? Hello everyone, welcome back. Wow, you know, we start to cook the bone broth last night at 9 o'clock, and right now is the next day and almost at 12. So the bone broth has been cooked for about 15 hours. And just like I mentioned to you before, the longer you cook, the more nutrition value will come to the broth, you know, because all of that nutrition value from the bone, from the marrows, they just all coming out, and they will just absorb into the vegetable, the broth. Basically, it's like a combination of everything enhanced and give us a very tasty, yummy broth, you know, or soup, and it's just delicious. So I just turned the water up a little bit. During the night, I have the stove on 1, so which is a very, very low heat. And then early this morning when I got up, I add the zucchini and the pumpkin, the green onion in here, and I also skim the fat layer, you know, on top of the broth. So I've been skimming that on and off. So the broth right now is so clear and beautiful, and I just want to show you how much fat coming out of that bowl of broth. Okay, so that's a lot. Yeah. So I have the broth on in a higher heat. Bring it back to boil, and let me take out some of the stuff that we put in here so you can see how it looks. Let me put it on here. Just want to show you how soft and tender everything. So this is oxtail. And look at this. This piece of oxtail, the bone totally come off, and even the cap of the dish came off. And then this one, look at here, you see how it just come off by itself, just like that. And then this part here where we get the jelly, you see how it come out, so amazing, so soft, so delicious. And let's look at others, a few more. I want to show you. So this is a piece of bone that the bone marrow was in here, and when we cook, it totally come off. So it have a hole because the bone marrow is no longer in. So you can see that it's very, very delicious. And now let's take a look at the broth to see how beautiful the broth is. Okay, I turned the stove down a little bit because it is boiling and it's steaming up. Some people, they don't skim the fat off the broth. They just cook, and then they will, after they cook, they put it in the container and put it in the refrigerator, and they wait for maybe like a few hours or the next day. And when they take it out of the refrigerator, there will be a layer of fat on top that thicken, and they just take it out, you know. But for me, I just do it as I go along. So I just want to show you. Let me bring this close to the refrigerator. I mean close to the, let me bring this close to the camera so you can look at this. See how beautiful that broth is, and how nice and clear. Yeah. Okay, so now let me add some vegetable. So there's meat, seaweed, celery, pumpkin, carrot, different kind of vegetable. And I can just take some meat from here and add it to my bowl. And voila, I have the best bone broth, the best homemade bone broth. It's so easy to do, it's so simple, so healing. So I would like to repeat the health benefit of bone broth. I just want to go over so you, just to recap on what I talked last night. The health benefit of the bone broth is it helps to heal the organs, especially the kidneys. You know, when we are low on the kidney Qi, we get very exhausted, and bone broth help to rejuvenate the whole body, not only the kidney, but it's actually good for the liver, the lungs, the heart, intestine. People with colitis, bone broth will heal them. Patients that go through chemotherapy for their cancers, bone broth will help them to get back and with their health. You know, people with ache and pain, people with problem with their hair, their skin, arthritis, they should eat bone broth. You know, and bone broth will rejuvenate their whole body. People with wrinkle on their skin, bone broth also will heal. You know, so this is like a medicinal broth for all health condition. Okay, so let me try to see how it looks. Right now the broth is so hot. I just want to try a little bit to see how it tastes. It's steamy hot, so let's just try a spoonful to see how it is. Wow, so delicious, amazing, amazing. Very refreshing. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my presentation and you feel the value of this video, please share with your friends. Please spread out the word so people will be benefit and heal themselves. And if you like what I share with you, please subscribe to my channels and send me your feedback. And after you try your bone broth, if you have any question, please feel free to connect with me and ask me question, and I will do my best to respond for you. Thank you so much, and I will see you at the next video. Bye bye.